Hey, this is Aaron with BSTracker. I'm going to use AI to analyze this video from MSNBC for bias. Take everything here with a grain of salt. My goal is not to tell you what to think, but to help you see what's going on beneath the surface. Remember, bias doesn't always mean something is false, it just affects how the message is framed. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more of this content. That being said, I'm going to scroll down and go to Show Transcript, copy the entire thing. I'm going to go to ChatGPT. Please BS track. All right, jumping right into it, we start off with a bias and framing score of 1 out of 10. The segment opens with hostile framing, mostly cowardly, stupidest, only convicted felon, repeated with escalating rhetoric. Frames Trump's actions as those of perpetual failure without acknowledging alternative interpretations or economic goals behind the tariffs. References to Harvard are designed to humiliate, by contrast rather than inform. Emotional manipulation gets a score of 1 out of 10. Heavy use of contemptuous and mocking language is a loser, foolish, buffoon, childish tweet, disgraced. Repeats derisive phrases like Trump always chickens out, taco, for rhetorical impact. Language designed to elicit scorn, not reasoned judgment. Omission of key context scores 2 out of 10. No mention of broader trade policy context, goals, or prior administration's approaches to tariffs. Ignores economic theories that support protective tariffs or Trump's rationale on negotiation leverage. Omits any explanation of China's trade practices or EU tariff practices. Misleading or leading questions scores a 3 out of 10. Implies certainty about Trump's motivations and future actions without supporting internal evidence. For example, he's too stupid to stop. Claims Trump flip-flops more than any politician without comparison or citation. Intentional dishonesty got a score of 2 out of 10. Uses the term illegal for Trump's tariffs repeatedly, but doesn't cite legal precedent or rulings to support that. Claims a 145% tariff was implemented without verifying accuracy, likely a misstatement or exaggeration of threat rather than policy. I'm not going to take that as fact. Rhetorical integrity scored a 1 out of 10. Entire monologue is a stream of personal attacks, ridicule, and hyperbole. Makes little attempt to elevate the discourse or engage opposing views. Style suggests intent to entertain or provoke, not inform. Source transparency was a 6 out of 10. It mentions several sources like the New York Times, Financial Times, UBS analysts, though most are paraphrased with no direct quotes or citations. Relies on external authority to bolster narrative but cherry picks interpretations. Use of evidence scores a 4 out of 10. Provides anecdotal economic impacts, for example, the Vermont bottle business, though heavily editorialized. Cites market reactions and analyst commentary, but interprets them uncritically throughout a hostile lens. Strawman risk scored a 2 out of 10. Reduces Trump's trade policy to cowardice and stupidity without addressing the stated policy goals or defense. Frames economic advisors as knowingly lying buffoons, ignoring legitimate disagreement among economists. Terminology exaggeration scored a 1 out of 10. Repeatedly refers to tariffs as crazy, illegal, insane, job killing, and healthcare stealing without nuance. Hyperbole overshadows analysis, conflating policy impact with motive. The argument honesty rating is a 2.2 out of 10. The segment is overwhelmingly emotionally driven, rooted in ridicule and scorn rather than analysis. It exhibits minimal rhetorical integrity or balance and heavily exaggerates claims without substantial counterweight. Positive practices noted, source of transparency and use of evidence. So the final score was a 2.2 out of 10. If you have any questions about this or want to see anything else in another video, please leave a comment in the section below. I will see you in the next one.